Leonid was a caring family man, an excellent worker, and just a good person. Everything was wonderful in his life: a large family, a prestigious job, and grandiose plans for the future. He was young, only 36 years old. Gray hair had not yet crept into his pitch black hair, and his clear blue eyes sparkled with the fullness of life. He was lucky in love. He took a beautiful girl as his wife, and 10 years of marriage proved that he was not mistaken in his choice. Ekaterina, that was the name of his beloved wife, turned out to be a good housewife, mother, and keeper of the family hearth. Over 10 years of happy marriage, they had 2 wonderful children. The first girl born was Rosa. She was just a copy of her mother, the same brown hair and pretty brown eyes. She had recently turned 7 years old, but she was already quite a smart and mature-minded little girl. 3 years later, the long-awaited boy was born, who was named Genya, which is surprising. And here Catherine's genes turned out to be stronger. The son also took after her. The life of this family was happy until one word spoken by chance. Leonid worked as a realtor, and this business brought him good income. One day on his day off, he went into the office where his place of work was located. No one expected his arrival, and by chance he caught a conversation between 2 of his colleagues. "I can't do anything," complained the new employee Anton, who had not yet gained enough experience to at least succeed in something. Secretary Nadenka raised her naive blue eyes and sincerely supported the guy. "It's okay, Antoshenka, everything is still ahead, just don't get arrogant later. Like Leonid Oligovich, he walks by and doesn't even say hello. It's so unpleasant, I'll tell you." Anton perked up, and a wave of envy was reflected on his pimply face. He said, conspiratorially, "Damn, they told me something. I won't say who, of course, because they told us a terrible secret." In short, Leonid Oligovich's wife took care of the children from another man. Nadia opened her eyes wide in surprise and exclaimed, "What are you talking about? Doesn't he know anything about this?" It seems that Nadia was already imagining in her head how this news would ring out. Anton shushed the excited girl and said sternly, "Shh. Shh. Don't tell anyone, you'll be called a gossip, and the information is 100% true." Leonid did not listen further. His mind became clouded, and, forgetting about important papers, he ran away from the office. With shaking hands, I couldn't insert the ignition key into the car and thought, no, it cannot be true. Who could she cheat on me with? I never suspected her of infidelity before. What if it was her school boyfriend whom she loved so much? No, we need to pull ourselves together. Now I will express stupid rumors and destroy such a happy and strong marriage. Let's go have a drink, relax or something. That night, for the first time in 10 years, the man came home drunk, or rather crawled. Without explaining anything to his wife, he fell asleep on the sofa in the living room. Waking up in the morning, he tried to remember why he got drunk. Then he laughed at his own stupidity. "You must have believed the evil tongues. Old fool," he thought. The wife reacted with understanding to her husband's words that for some time he had decided to relax and there was no need to dwell on this topic. This would not happen again. But literally the next day, Leonid realized that doubt was firmly ingrained in his soul. He looked at his children and did not see a drop of himself in them. Anger took over him and he closed in on himself. He became gloomy and his loved ones were only surprised. "Lenya, what happened to you? You have changed so much." Leonid tried to fight himself, but the demons entrenched in his heart echoed without ceasing. "She deceived you for 10 years. All this time you have been raising other people's children." Madness seized the man, a burning hatred took possession of his heart, and then a terrible plan for revenge came to his mind. He was obsessed with the idea of U-200 billion Su-200 revenge on the woman who deceived him so much. It was his wife's friend's birthday that day, and Leonid let her go to the celebration alone, promising to babysit the children. Catherine returned late in the evening, and her tipsy husband was already waiting for her on the doorstep. "Are the children okay?" the young woman said anxiously. "Yes, everything is fine with them. They sleep in their beds. I told them a wonderful bedtime story. Honey, could you throw my cream shirt in the washer? I want to wear it to work tomorrow. Go right now and throw it. The shirt is hanging in the closet in our bedroom." A strange smile played on Leonid's lips. Catherine's body began to feel goosebumps, but she decided not to argue with her husband and do what he says, and then calmly discuss everything with him. The woman took off her outerwear, took off her shoes, immediately went into her and her husband's bedroom and opened a huge, rare wooden wardrobe inherited from her late grandmother. And as if in horror films, children's arms and legs fell on her. On the shelf lay the head of her daughter Rose, cut off from her body and still bleeding. Genya's little head fell out of the closet and rolled, stopping right at her mother's feet. Catherine began to sob and closed her eyes in horror, She could not believe what was happening. She kept repeating, "This is not true. This is a bad dream. My children are alive and well. My husband loves them very much. My children, my beloved children." Leonid looked at his wife's madness and laughed madly. He felt relief and joy. The demons in the soul echoed, "Then something else needs to be done." The man went outside and headed to the television tower. He climbed to the very top, took one last look at the sky, and jumped down. The demons in my soul fell silent with satisfaction.